Welcome to this special edition of the Northern Business Podcast. We're out on the road. In fact, we're at Wynyard Hall to celebrate the Tees Valley Business Club's 50th anniversary. I'm Jamie Collis and I'm joined by my colleague,
Joss Havigan.
Joss, nice to see you.
And you.
We've had a fantastic evening here, including a barbecue. And guess what? It's July. It rained. But in between that, we managed to speak to some amazing people who are involved in the business community here on Teesside. You started that off, I think.
Yeah, we've spoken to a spread of businesses, and we've spoken to even more in the room here tonight. It's always nice to see local businesses getting involved with clubs like this. I kicked off the conversation with Jane Reynolds. She's the chair of Tees Valley Business Club, so I guess this is really her party tonight. So I'm joined by Jane Reynolds, chair of Tees Valley Business Club. Congratulations on 50 years.
Thank you very much.
And what 50 years it's been. Do you want to give us the very, very small summary of where you started and where you are now in celebrating here in Wynyard Hall?
Well, 17 years ago, I came along to the Tees Valley Business Club with an opportunity to meet Tees Valley businesses. My office was in Newcastle, so this was one of the highlights that people said I should come along to. But in those days, there was less than 30 members. So this evening is a great example of bringing all of those business, 120, 30 people here this evening to come together. And what we think is, rather than it being networking, we think it is knowledge exchange. Networking happens by default.
There was something that somebody described as earlier. This isn't networking, this is a network. And it seems that there's lots of businesses here who seem to know each other, certainly, but everybody's very welcoming. How, if you wanted to join Tees Valley Business Club, how do people go about doing that, and what kind of support and tips would you give those people?
Well, what we suggest is we have 6 guest places. So if people contact me or one of the team, or even just go to the website and register your interest, you can come along to an event and experience it. So you don't have to join and then decide, actually, this isn't for me. We work very closely. Our members include FSB and also the Chamber and the Entrepreneurs Forum. So if people find that there are other organisations that suit them better, we're very happy that they've been introduced to that, and we might see them again in their journey of growth. But if we don't, that doesn't matter, because we don't really advertise the Tees Valley Business Club. What we want is people to find us. So we probably have a ceiling of about 220 members, because we feel that we have a good group of people coming together that come along to those events. And what probably one of my recommendations would be to only bring 2 business cards. So go and talk to people that you don't know on arrival, enjoy the evening, then go and talk to people that you do know and reinforce those relationships. And then what I'd suggest is to look around the room and see those 2 people that you think giving your business card to would convert into a coffee and possibly a longer-term relationship.
There we go. Expert networking advice from the chair of Tees Valley Business Club. I've just got to ask you, obviously you are going to be biased because it is Tees Valley Business Club, but the businesses here and doing business in Tees Valley, what makes this area so special for you and the other people who come along to the club?
I think there's an openness, which wasn't there when I first arrived. I think there was a lot more closed conversations and collaborations, which over the years I have seen a softening in that. And I think people have enjoyed the opportunity to collaborate with new and people who are coming into the area as well. So that for me is something that I think has really highlighted and brought the club together, because people are very happy to come along to the club and to enjoy not just the networking and the knowledge exchange, but the building of personal relationships as well and their growth personally.
Oh, wow. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up there, move on to our next guest, Jane. I told you I'd only grab you for a few minutes. So just to finish on, would you say Tees Valley is open for business?
It certainly is open for business, and we look forward to welcoming you.
There we are. So Jane Reynolds, chair of Tees Valley Business Club, opening up the conversation here at the 50th celebrations.
I'm joined now by Reshma Begum from the Federation of Small Businesses. So you cover the whole of the North East, but you're here on Teesside today. Tell us a bit about the organisation, how you help businesses.
Yeah, so I cover the North East for the Federation of Small Businesses, but FSB is UK-wide. We're a not-for-profit, non-party political business support and representative organisation. So we're here to basically support our members, that's business owners with less than 249 employees. So a range of commercial benefits and also represent their voice to UK government, and my role is to represent their voice to our local stakeholders and decision makers.
So you're probably a good person to give us a little test. How is business feeling in the economy as we stand now? Is there optimism? Is there trepidation? Is there concern? Or are businesses feeling confident?
Yeah, I mean, so we do a quarterly small business index, which is a tracker survey to just sort of test business sentiment, see how people are feeling, what the investment intentions are, and what they're thinking that will happen over the next 3 months or so. And our Q1 survey for 2024 was the most positive it's been outside of COVID, a sort of ups and downs, should we say, since 2018. So businesses at the moment, as far as what we can tell, are feeling really buoyant, really vibrant, and quite optimistic about the future.
And do you get that flavour here tonight? Obviously, it's a celebration event, but obviously it's all about business at its heart.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, and I am qualified to say this being from a different part of the country, the North East is the best part of the country. So I'm allowed to say, I'm not biased at all. I mean, I am.
You're quite right. Well, I have to say, me, I'm adopted North East as well.
Me too, and it's a great region to be adopted into. And I have to say, I think the vibrancy, the enthusiasm, the ambition of North East businesses is hard to beat. So yeah, you can see it in this room, you can see it across the region, and across the wider North East as well as the Tees Valley, the excitement and the level of enthusiasm people have for the future.
It's great. It's great to hear your enthusiasm. Thanks for coming over and talking to us, Reshma. That's brilliant.
Thanks very much. Nice to speak to you too.
I'm absolutely delighted to have with me Ivor Hobbs, who works here at the venue. In fact, you organise all the events here, don't you, Ivor?
Not all of them, Jamie. I'm the business development manager, so I'm involved with quite a lot of them.
And you
yes.
bring in the business in. Exactly right. How popular is Wynyard Hall as an event as a location for events like this?
It's very popular. I think we've really turned a corner in the corporate space in the last couple of years. We've really attracted some big brands quite recently, ranging from family fun days to small day delegate events. I mean, today alone, this is our fifth event for the day, ranging from big networking events to corporate dinners and celebrations to a very intimate private dining event. So there's scope for a lot of things to be able to do at Wynyard, and because we've evolved from a standard hotel to an exclusive wedding and events venue, it gives a lot of things that other venues might not necessarily be able to offer.
And have you seen things improving? I mean, you're saying you're very, very busy. Is that a trend that's grown, or has it always been there? Is it always this been a place to be? Or is the hospitality industry seeing a bit of a resurgence in terms of its links with the business community?
I think it's definitely on the road to recovery. I don't think it's quite there just yet. But we see it with all sorts of different venues. I mean, Raby Castle's doing amazing things at the moment, Stockton Globe down the road. We've definitely seen a big influx of not only events, but also we've seen new networking companies come to light. We've seen corporates doing a lot more outreach to the community. And I think the Tees Valley is quite special for that. It's a very close-knit community and or business community. And I think there's you can definitely see half the people here tonight were here this morning for another event. So they know the community, they know the business industry in the area, and being a trusted venue really helps with that. And we're really proud of that and grateful to our clients and partners.
That's brilliant. Ivor, thanks for being on Northern Business Podcast. Really appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jamie.
I'm here with Jane from NEL Fund Managers. Jane Siddle, so all right, give us the elevator pitch. Tell us a little bit about NEL Fund Managers, what you do, and how you help businesses in areas like the Tees Valley.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a fund manager helping ambitious growing businesses to achieve their plans. And we do that with funding and support. We've been active in the region for over 35 years. So we feel like, we've got a good knowledge of who's who and how we can help. So just recently we've won some new funds from the British Business Bank, so the NPIF 2 funds, and that means we can help more businesses across a greater geography, especially on the Tees Valley. So yeah, it's all about helping businesses to grow. So whether they've got challenges for, accessing finance, that's where we are. Looking to relocate because they're growing, or looking to recruit people because they're winning new contracts. All sorts of reasons why businesses are growing and why they need help. So yeah, that's what we do.
So we just got a new government. We've had lots of economic and political and social turbulence over the last few years. What's the environment like now? Is it a good time to invest in businesses? Is it a good time to grow a business?
I think any time's a good time to grow businesses. With whatever cycle that you're in, there'll be a business that's in a niche, that's anti-cyclical, that's growing well, that's in a good place. So whether you're a tech business or a manufacturing business, as long as you're innovative, there's probably something that you can do. You definitely can grow. And in terms of how you can grow and access funding, that's why our funds are here. And they've always been around, funds for local businesses. So yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. And here's your moment for a plug. If a business could do with support from any fund managers, how do they find out about you?
Oh, right. Well, they can contact me, Jane Siddle. I'm on LinkedIn, so yeah, that's probably the easiest thing.
It's always a good place to start.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Jane, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
And if we're going to talk about business in the Tees Valley, we've got to talk to someone who's a massive champion of Tees Valley business, and it's Matthew Ward.
I was worried there, Jamie. Oh, you were going to say.
Well, I had to remember everything you do, so I screenshotted your LinkedIn to remember. So obviously you're a company ambassador for LV Logistics UK.
That's right.
Proper job.
Yeah, real job. That's who pays the wages.
Chairman, Tees and Hartlepool Port Users Association.
Yeah.
Board member of the TVCA, Tees Valley Combined Authority.
Yeah, deputy chair.
Deputy chair of?
Deputy chair on that board. Yeah. Head of Inward Investment, Transport and Logistics. I am also newly appointed as the deputy chair for the Freeport board, and I am a trustee for 13 schools.
Wow. And at some point,
I have my wife and I. We met at Tees Valley Business Club.
Oh, fantastic!
7-8 years ago now.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. So yeah, if it wasn't for this place, I wouldn't have the life I have now.
Well, there you go. That's amazing. So in all these roles that you have, obviously you are a champion, like the company where for LV you're an ambassador. What do you tell people about Tees Valley, about why it's a great place? Not just Tees Valley, but the North East in general, but the Tees Valley. Why is it a great place to do business?
Yeah, super duper cliche, isn't it? But the people, and I've been fortunate enough to work in different parts of the world, but also in different parts of the UK. And this is definitely the best place to do work. It's the best place to be connected. I think we're an epicentre of manufacturing and excellence in chemical clusters and a number of other fascinating things. And as we start to transition, there is no better place in the world to be than Tees Valley right now. We're really at the heartbeat of everything that's going on, everything that's changing in the future of the next couple of generations in terms of where they're going to place their employment.
Fantastic. And do you think these sort of events that Tees Valley Business Club put on are a good place for people to connect?
Yeah, this is really good. You've got a number of organisations without naming names, and this serves a very, very good purpose. This is for Tees Valley businesses in the heart of Tees Valley at some of our best assets. We're in one now at Wynyard Hall. We use Rockcliffe Hall. There's a number of other places, and you can hear in the background the ambience, the feel, the vibe, and you can feel it in the air. It's a really genuinely good place to be.
Brilliant. I'll let you get back
Top man.
To your wife, of course.
Yes, indeed.
And also there's some cake as well.
Yeah,
so enjoy
I've already had some. Thanks
It's great to see you, Matt.
Cheers, Jamie. Take care.
We're here at the Tees Valley Business Club's 50th anniversary event. Who better to talk about business and growth in the Tees Valley than the Tees Valley Mayor himself, Ben Houchen. I'm delighted is joining us. Ben, why is it a good time to do business and be in business in the Tees Valley?
I mean, it's been a pretty impressive few years in Teesside to be able to invest across the region because we are a place that's open for business. The public sector is working really well with the private sector, and if you want to invest your money, you want to have certainty over things like planning, uncertainty, that you've got the support of community leaders as well as the business community. Teesside is such a small area, but it's one that supports everybody, and that's not just people like me wanting to attract investment and jobs, but actually other businesses want other businesses to succeed because, if all boats, you raise all boats, it's absolutely fantastic to see things progress. And there's lots of great things. We are the forefront for decarbonisation in the country. We're building some of the world's first industrial scale carbon capture and storage facilities. We're doing hydrogen, offshore wind. The digital sector is doing absolutely incredible things as a result of that as part of the supply chain. the growth in our area is exponential, and that's shown by some of the figures, right? I mean, our employment rate has gone up 5.4% in the last 7 years. That compares with a national average of 0.4% and a northeast average of 0.1%. There is something truly special happening here because of the investors, because of the businesses, and because of the can-do attitude. We want your business, we want you to invest, and that's starting to build an incredible momentum for our region.
I suppose we have that double-headed coin, if we put it that way, that we're attracting businesses, you're helping to attract businesses here, and the businesses that are already here, that are indigenous here, they're growing as well. So an event like this, it must be great to come here and see businesses and talk to business people that are part of that ecosystem.
Absolutely, and the team at the Tees Valley Business Club are incredible. It's been going 50 years now, which is just an incredible length of time for a business support organisation. But again, Jane Turner, one of the runners of the organisation, when she got involved years ago, they only had 30 members. There are hundreds of members. This is the best show in town. The Tees Valley Business Club is the place. If you're a business either in the Tees Valley or wanting to get involved in the Tees Valley, this is an organisation you get involved with, because this is the place where all the businesses are. This is where they're sharing ideas. This is where they're doing business. This is where they're meeting clients. It's a great forum, and everybody we've brought, whether it's the Koreans, the Americans, the Japanese, they all come to this and they realise just how proactive we are as a region, and it really excites them. It incentivises them, and that's great for our region.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Ben. We'll let you get back to chatting with everyone.
Always a pleasure, Jamie. Always a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Ben.
So we're towards the end of the night now at the Tees Valley Business Club's 50th anniversary celebrations, and you can probably hear some very nice music in the background. I'm joined by Kate Green, who's from Stockton's Globe Theatre. Hi, Kate.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. So for those who are maybe outside of the area, tell us a little bit about the Globe. I know it's in Stockton.
Yeah, so Stockton Globe was built in 1935. It is an Art Deco building. It is predominantly known as a theatre. We are the flagship for music and comedy in the UK, and well known for being a theatre venue. But what a lot of people don't know is that we have event space for anything from very small scale boardroom meetings to award ceremonies, graduation ceremonies, dinners, balls, anything in between. So hosting a lot of different types of events and shows.
Brilliant. Now, I know I saw in the room earlier today there was Investing Stockton and Tees was exhibiting as well. Is there a bit of a buzz around Stockton at the moment for businesses and venues like yours?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's growing massively. My role specifically was created for that reason. So I've been in the position for nearly 7 months now, and the reason for that is to create awareness of the fact that there are venues like ours in Teesside that people aren't aware of, where things are happening across education, charities, all sorts of different sectors, whether that's corporate functions, all sorts going on as well as the shows. And it's exciting, and more businesses coming to Teesside rather than going further away with the big corporates, which is making a really big difference to businesses like ours.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to probably wrap it up here. I know it's a very short one. I'm very sorry about that, just because everyone seems to be packing down around us. If somebody wanted to find out a little bit more about the Globe and some of the spaces that you had that were suitable for businesses, are you the person to get in touch with?
Yeah, absolutely. So I look after all new business development, all client relationships. I can discuss anything from a small corporate partner package up to a massive event for sort of 2,000-3,000 people. So anything that a business needs, if they need an event space, you can come to me and have a conversation.
There you are, Kate Green, face of the Globe in Stockton. You can find her on LinkedIn, or if you go on the Globe's website, I'm sure there'll be plenty of contact information on there for her.
Thanks, you.
Kate.
Thanks, Josh.
Cheers. Well, you can hear the music's died away now, and it's just the last few people tidying away chairs and brushing up. It's been a very interesting event, very interesting to hear the history of Tees Valley Business Club and speak to some of the business people here who make this region great. Jamie, I don't know if you agree?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's really enthusing to hear so many people who are passionate about doing business in this part of the country. Not just people that were based here or people that come from it, but people who've come to this area and really enjoy living
their home.
Yeah, making their home here and doing business here. And I think that's one of the things that came out of what they talked about at the business club was the fact that this is not just a network, it's a community, and it's always got family feel. You see people here, you build relationships with, and people do business with people, and those are great relationships to have.
I think that's about it for us here at Tees Valley Business Club's 50th celebrations. Thank you very much for listening.